spiritual practices. He allegedly said that he got his information from the Akashic records.
Okay.
Can't you go to the Akashic records?
The man clearly in the book said that he transcribed it from the record, which means that gives me, you, him, the ability to go back and do the research. But when you go into the Circle 7 Quran, there is nowhere in there where he gives you the ability to go back and do research on what he put in there. Let me ask you one more question.
You ain't asked his question either.
Okay, what was
his question about the you asked him a question, didn't you?
Right. Can't you go to the Akashic records and get information?
I can.
Which means that before Noble Drew Ali, before the Circle 7 Quran, before the Bible, the Torah, before Levi H. Harling, this information was already here already.
And he wrote it in there. So he didn't say it belonged to him because he clearly says transcribe. He gave reference. Now, but when you don't give reference, that's plagiarism.
How is it plagiarism when it's our information?
Oh man, y'all man, I can, you know what, I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. That information, man, listen, and then when you go in the book, the second, the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ. Now I don't know if it's more chapters or not, but it's clearly that Noble Drew Ali took what chapters he wanted out of the book, who gave him permission to separate the text. It is not his book to take. That's just like this book right here. He got chapter 1 through however many chapters. I can't take 2 pages out of this book, make my book, and then not tell you that there's a whole nother 5, 6 chapters to this book that it been taken up out of. That's you. Not only did you plagiarize, you handicapped the book. You handicapped the book.
Hold on, let me tell you something. 1920s, 1913s, brother. This is a whole different era that we were in.
Okay.
And if you read the Circle 7 Quran, what Noble Drew Ali said, he's properly prepared the book.
He probably plagiarized the book.
Brother, let me go back.
Probably cut it up.
And Seti, don't act like we didn't have
Did he get permission from the people who originally wrote the book to do that?
Let me share this with you, because you know that we were on the phone discussing this same conversation. I said this to you. I said, brother, at certain times, certain things you could not do. We shared this, so don't act like when we get here that we didn't.
Listen here, brother. Listen. Like, let me tell you something. I took my oath to the crowd. Now I talk to you. Now you keep trying to take a personal conversation.
It's not personal.
And I had a personal conversation with. But don't bring that conversation out here.
I know that.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you're trying to be slight, man. You're trying to be slight, man.
We can't say one thing and then say, okay, this happens a different way. Because whatever I say on somebody else, I'm going to say it.
If we on a personal conversation,
I agree with you.
I ain't got to be so hard with you. I can be casual with you.
Dialoguing.
This going to the people. And I'm hard as hell now. I can't tell you. I can't get you no slack.
Ain't no straddling the goddamn fence today, man.
I can't cut you no slack.
If that be the case, we can have the conversation that we had on the phone.
Now let me ask this.
We don't want to have that conversation. We want to have this conversation.
Brother Mark,
one thing.
You still didn't address the question I asked you about the origin of law. You ain't deal with none of that.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Let me say that.
Did you hear him deal with that? You ain't deal with that, brother. You went around the corner.
Can I answer it?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, then
the origin of law. I ain't hear you talk about the Ma'at.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yes.
Okay. Once again, our laws come from cosmic, universal, and nature law. All over the planet, we replicated this laws now in society and in government. It didn't just come from one specific place. Our laws are from the universe, nature, and the cosmos. How the planets run, how the atoms run. This is how it goes. The 142 negative confession, that still is not wrong, because negative is not something bad. Negative is representing the feminine aspect of the atom. Don't you have protons and electrons? So proton is positive, electron is negative. Negative is not bad. That's called the Europeans call it the 7 Hermetic philosophy. We call it the 7 laws of the universe. That's called duality and polarity. So it's still correct. But our laws is from the universe. Man didn't come up with these laws.
You know why? Because what it's saying is we the fathers and mothers. We cannot equate ourselves with everybody else.
Hold up, Sabir. Hold up.
Do you believe in a monogenetic origin? Do you believe we all come from one?
Of course we all come from one.
Okay then, which means that it had to emulate from one source.
Right.
Before it was everywhere.
Right.
One can exist without two, but two can't exist without one. Right. Two can exist without three, but three can't exist without two or one. Because it take a two and a one to make a three. Right. So I'm saying chronologically. Now you talking about, well, it might be something older in the Americas as far as pyramids than in Africa. Now what I want you to look at is that knowledge has to be developed. Right. And when you look at Giza, you got to understand that common knowledge would tell you that it took hundreds of thousands of years to develop that knowledge. So how could you go and look at a raggedy little pyramid in Mexico that then fell down, did not have the technological advancement, and when you look at Giza, it's aligned with Orion's belt, which means that they had to do that science before they built the pyramid. And you see the calendars that's all on the wall. So what I'm saying, if you see Giza and you look at that, wouldn't it tell you that they was dealing with them pyramids much longer than those that was in Mexico by the development, the technological development? That's common sense. Me, you, and we can claim we all knowledgeable. But if you ask me to build a clubhouse, I'm going to be real with you. I ain't going to do good. Right. I need help. And that's a clubhouse. When I got to Giza, man, look, there is nothing on the planet that can compare to it.
Now, nothing. To address that. If you go to the Temple of the Sun and Moon.
I've been there.
Isn't the Temple of the Sun and Moon aligned with Pallades?
It's the same knowledge that the brother... Wait a minute, let me clear it. Hey, let me clear it. Let me go on George Jim.
Let me go. Same people.
Let me clear it up. Let me go and clear it up.
Oh, wait, before you do that, please, let me do it.
Why you gonna let me drop my bomb, man? Go ahead.
You spoke about Levi and the plagiarism between the Circle 7 Quran and the Gospel.
Go ahead.
Before Querying Gospel of Jesus the Christ, right?
Get your page ready.
In the Querying Gospel of Jesus.
Get your page ready.
In the Querying Gospel of Jesus the Christ, in there it described the symbolic Jesus as being blonde hair and blue eyes. You won't find that in the Circle 7 Quran.
No.
Because wait.
Go ahead.
Like the brother was trying to explain to you, in the 1913, original people over here couldn't read properly. You couldn't find no good information because our people wasn't looking for the information or thought they didn't deal with them. In 1913, the only thing that was popping was Prince Hall Freemasonry, Marcus Garvey, and if you was dealing with a so-called occult. So Noble Drew Ali came and brought this information, prepared it, so that our people could grasp it and understand it. Then he said, I'm going to end with this.
Right.
Then he said, this same information are secrets that were in Egypt, Palestine, and Tibet.
Okay, then. I'm going to do it quickly. Okay. Now, number one, I looked at the Circle 7 Quran. I looked at Levi's book. I don't agree with Levi. I don't care about Levi. But what I'm saying, what did he change? The word for word, man. He didn't change nothing. He might as well just go to snatch some pages out of Levi's book and just slapped it together. He didn't change. The only thing that he changed, it was Levi said God, he says Allah.
Can I address that?
Go ahead.
Once again, Levi is not the author, so it can't be plagiarism. How can
if the man, okay, then.
Something that belonged to you.
All right, I'm going to lay that one alone. I think
move on.
I'm going to go to George M. James, and he talks about the Grand Lodge of Luxor. He says the ruins of the ancient Grand Lodge of Luxor are found today on the banks of the Nile in Upper Egypt in the ancient city of Thebes, which we call Waset. It was built by Pharaoh Amenhotep III. It was the only Grand Lodge of the ancient world. It had branches or minor lodges throughout the ancient world in Europe, Asia, Africa, North America, South America, and probably Australia. These are some of the places: Palestine and Mount Carmel, Syria and Mount Hermon in Lebanon, Babylon, Medea near the Red Sea, India on the banks of the Ganges, Burma, Athens, Rome, Croton, Rhodes, Delphi, Malta, Cyprus, Corinth, Crete, Central and South Americas, especially among the Peru and Incas and Aztecs of Mexico. So when you clearly go in here, they killed this man. They didn't murder this man because he was in here putting cartoon characters in this book. They killed this man because he opened the doors on some people that didn't want the doors opened up on them.
Let me tell you
and that, I will not allow a grandmaster teacher who put his life on the line, and most niggas out here ain't gonna do nothing but chitter chatter. This man put his life on the line to give us this information.
Okay.
And we could come back and allow others to turn back the hands of time. Our babies need this information right here.
Brother, I like
they don't need nobody teaching them that in America and North America, man, this don't even produce black people. When you look at the geographical and the development, topography of this land, ain't gonna produce no pitch black man like the equator in Africa. The black man is the original man, pitch black man. So we going also into topography, geography, and you understand that ain't no, look where we at, man. Look at this weather over here. It is not going to produce a pitch black man. You look at you're not as dark as some Africans. I say he black.
That's
but
right.
There's some brothers over there make you look like me.
Beautiful black.
So what I'm saying, this land over here is not going to, and you can't get around that, man.
Listen, you made...
All right, Brother Sabir, go ahead, Brother Sabir.
I just want to clear up some stuff because, again, let's go back to 1913s, 1940s, 1950s. At this time frame.
Don't do no word semantics here,
brother,
man.
we're not going... I'm going to say
it,
the way I want to and the way it need to be said, all right? I understand about what George G. James did. I know about a lot of these people. I know what happened with the Nation of Islam, how they would slaughter our prophets. Even the brother Nas said, every time you tell our people go free, you get left full of bullet holes. What happens, we all putting our lives on the line. He is, the Moorish Brooklyn is, I am, we all are putting our lives on the line because they don't want this out to the masses of the people. Because what happened, it will make people start becoming conscious and waking up to really of the tricks of that they're doing. All these European nations that we see out here, from your judges to your presidents to your police officers, all of them wear your fez on their head. It's your forefathers' fez. It's not the Europeans. Like Moorish Brooklyn said, they took our history and just, what they say, the masters of remixes. They the one that remixed everything. All this history is ours. It's not theirs. We taught them law. We taught them science. I heard Seti say that we were the mothers and fathers. Yes, didn't Noble Ali say that? We the mothers and fathers of civilization. So we did teach the European. But what happened? We were falling back to sleep, and we falling asleep today.
Noble Drew Ali also said that he was an Egyptian priest or something like that.
Adept or priest.
Egyptian adept, but he never talked about ancient Egypt.
But brother, I mean,
how can you be an Egyptian adept
if you read
but you don't
story,
teach? Hold up, brother. How can you? All right, go ahead. I'm gonna ask you that question. So go ahead.
If you read Noble again, Noble Drew Ali, there's a lot of stuff that took place. And I'm cutting into this because a lot of stuff took place. If anybody want, I don't know if you saw this neither. If you want to know anything dealing with the history of the Moors too, about the slimy and the stuff that was taking place, this book here, The Sacred Drift, will get into what took place at that time. Noble Drew Ali had many other documents that was out beside the Circle 7 and the questionnaire. It just wasn't around. Again, we doing the exact same thing that happened in the 1920s, man. We don't see it. I was sharing this with Seti. I said, we doing the same fighting back and forth with each other. So the European is watching and saying, look, we're going to make one group go against the other group. I told him I would be with him because he's a soldier.
We've been going against ourselves even before the white man. I mean, you look at the story of Hassan and Seti. It's before that. So I mean, so a lot of a lot of people try to make it seem like, say, Seti, you shouldn't be going against the Moors because you in this fight. Y'all shouldn't be fighting. That's BS. That's BS. It's just, that's a military strategy that sometimes is used for a brother that just don't like me, ain't gonna never be with me, to get inside of my organization, and it's been done a million times. Look at Marcus Garvey. It was the top echelons of that movement that took him down. Supposed to been his brother. You look at Malcolm. It was a nigga sat right there on the front row, black. So don't act like we don't. I believe it's time, man, for us to cut some branches off the tree.
I feel like this.
Hold up, you go ahead.
All right, if the Moors could come out in the open podium, and say, fuck that black nationalist bullshit, fuck that black power, we ain't black, fuck black power, then you just opened the door for all the black nationalists to come out and attack you.
Let me say
not you personally. So you may not have personally said that, but brother, we have every right to defend the greatness of Marcus Garvey. He was a black nationalist. You just said fuck Malcolm. You said fuck Khalid. Fuck Harriet Tubman.
Okay, so we want to go there with Khalid. Let me tell you something, and I wish I'd have brought that article. Number one, Khalid Muhammad, before he transcended, said he's a Moor and have sense enough to know he's a Moor.
You keep saying that, but he said he's a black Moor.
Brother, he said he was a Moor regarded, and this will be on that clip. Since you won't put it on there, we're going to put it on this clip for everybody to see. Also, let's talk about this. He also, when Noble Drew Ali visited Marcus Garvey in jail, Marcus Garvey told the Garveyites, and I'm trying to get that article to go to the Moor side.
Dog gave him a homework.
Okay.
I brought the philosophy of the Garvey right here with me.
Okay.
I come with my bombs. I come with my bombs.
I come to Detroit,
because I knew you was gonna bring it up, so I brought the Garvey.
I'm gonna bring it to Detroit with me.
Bro, you should have brought it today for the people.
Okay.
That's right. You know you was coming today, bro.
Let me tell you
Stop
something.
straddling the fence,
Bro, I
Sabir.
don't straddle any fences, brother. Anything. I don't straddle no fences. Go ahead.
Let this brother ask the question.
Being that all three of y'all here, this ain't cool. What's the solution?
Thank you. That's what I was agreeing to
ask the question again.
What's the
y'all
solution?
Here for a reason. What is the solution?
And I was going to come to that as soon as all this calmed down. What do we do?
Because it's a lot of bickering.
It's going to be bickering.
Everything real. Yes, that's right.
It's going to be bickering.
And that it has to be ironed out.
Well, brother, as long as you keep teaching our babies that black means death and white means purity, it's going to always be some goddamn bickering.
But the thing about it, though, Sonetta, it's like we have to find out. Y'all, if I say...
If you can come out and say that in the open, we got to defend that.
Brother. If I say, look the word up, you're going to flip it and say, it's the white man's dead.
And it is.
So what I'm saying...
Because that's his definition.
So what is the point of doing this?
Well, when you tell me to look it up, I can look it up. Okay, black is color, culture, consciousness, and they correspond in cosmic... I just said it.
But I asked you
I just said it.
But where can the masses of the people look this up at? The masses of the people that's looking at these DVDs.
See, the word semantics.
Where?
But through your teachings.
Don't do that.
Through your teachings. Through your teachings.
Right?
Through our teachings, brother.
You said that's words. He said that's semantics now, right?
Through our medium.
You said that there's a word game. Semantics and word game is basically the same thing, but he's saying his word. I mean, some word game. You saying?
Don't try to put me against my brother.
I have a question for you, brother.
No, bro. I'm gonna share with you what is going on.
I have a question for you. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on because there's 12 minutes on this tape. I have a question for you, brother. The Moors teach that they control the 7 seas. If that's true, what part did the Moors play in controlling the slave ships? And how did the white man get through? Did the white man pay the Moors?
Let me tell you something. I said this to you before. The cheapest thing you can buy is a stick of gum and a nigga. You can walk out right now on 125th Street and get one to go against the other one right now. So it's nothing.
Did the Moors control the 7 seas?
Listen to what I'm saying. You're not listening.
Go ahead.
I just said to you, the same thing that happened back then is the same thing that's going on to 2009. You can do the same thing right now. He just said a person can be in his movement. A person could be next to him and sell him right down to slavery.
Okay,
same
brother,
thing, but yes, they were involved, brother.
Listen to this question again.
I listened to
I want to go to you, Moors Brooklyn Intelligence.
They were involved.
The Moors say that they controlled the 7 seas. If that is true, what part did the Moors play in the slave ship? And how did the white man get through them? Did he pay the Moors off to get through with the slave ship?
All right.
Answer that question.
Now, to what Seti said earlier, before the Europeans was on this planet, we was already fighting against ourselves. So during the time that we was now fighting against ourselves, you have to understand that we fell. All of this is based on how we and our ancestors fell. So yes, we did control the 7 seas, but some of us, not all of us, agreed to do treaties, agreed to let them go through there based on certain degrees that we taught them or certain allowance. And then what always happened? We always get betrayed in the end. It doesn't matter where the European go all over the planet, they always betrayed us in the end.
Well, if you selling your brothers, you supposed to be betrayed.
That's right.
Because he knows if you would sell your brother that you ain't worth nothing to him nowhere.
Right.
But brother, a native was selling their brothers out.
Indeed, but we're going to deal with our people.
Maroons were selling their brothers out. Africans were selling brothers
so
out. Moors was selling Moors out.
So are you
we're all
proud?
The same people, though.
Are you proud?
Of course not.
To be a Moor, knowing that this is what you know, your ancestors have done.
Well, I'm not proud of slavery. I thought that's what you was going to say.
No.
But no, I'm not proud of what our ancestors have done. I'm mad at my own ancestors for even experimenting with the Europeans, even mixing with them, even selling them, even having children with them. Me, individually, I'm not proud. But going back to his original question, what is the solution? A sister, and I have to find out who she is. She said that we need to understand that we have been waking up in different stages. Just like how you may be mad because some Moors didn't explain to you why they're not saying black or they hate black, is the same reason why when the Nation of Islam was around and they were telling people that they're not Negroes. You know how many people got mad about that? But the solution is, like the sister said, she said the nation of gods of earth, those are our scribes. Those are our memory bookkeepers. She said the teachings of Dr. York, they'll show you that we are jacks of all trades. She said the Nation of Islam, that's the refinement stage. The Moors now is when you want to deal with law and government and society. So we all need to come together and understand that we're fighting over fragments of history and pigmentation. Not understanding when a Moor said that he's not black, he's not talking about carbon, hydrogen, melanin, dark energy, dark sun. We're talking about, in law, black and white has nothing to do with your skin color. It is your status in government.
Right, and what is your status in government?
Our true status in government by birthright. That was taken away by the
according to the white man and his law system.
No, because,
nigga.
Because once again, nigga goes in a naga.
I'm telling you something.
Okay.
I can stand here with this uniform on.
All right.
You can stand there with the feds on. The Nation of Islam can stand here with his bow tie on.
Okay.
And the white judge sitting behind the bench, how do you see him? How do he see all of us?
He see all of us.
Do he see you any better than me because you got the feds on?
Yes.
Or yes. No, sir. He still see you as a nigga.
Can I answer why?
He might come out and say something, but in his mind, look at these dressed up niggas.
Can I answer?
That's the way he looks at us, brother. You are no better than me because you got the feds on.
Can I answer?
Now, the tape is getting ready to cut off.
Ask a question.
Answer, go ahead.
The reason why, because he see that you have a headdress with your tassel swinging 360 degrees, means that you are the father of that widow's son. You are the Muslim.
So the policeman will hesitate to shoot you before he would shoot me.
We know that's no excuse. In the dark, whether you have a fez or not, you're still going to get shot.
Okay, now to answer this brother's question, the brother said, a good question, what is the solution?
Right.
The solution is, the only way we're going to be able to come together and work together is that we got to drop all these punk-ass titles that the white man has put on us.
They never gave you more.
That goes for, not punk-ass titles, but titles. Drop the titles.
They never gave
They
you
gave you more.
No, they didn't.
We need to stop coming in the name of Freemasonry, Islam, Christianity, 5%er, Nation of Gods and Earths, Black Panthers. Let's drop all of that and come up under one umbrella. And I guarantee you, we will see the enemy for who the fuck he is. That we are all in the same goddamn position, brother. He's the one that separated us. He's the one that made us start studying all this kind of stuff. And that's why we are here today debating about it. But we taking you to the root of it, and you are fighting with us over the root. We taking you to ancient Kemet. At the time of ancient Kemet, there was no such thing as Moor. There was no such thing as Islam. There was no such thing as Christianity. And this is the point that we're trying to tell you, brother. The ancient Kemites did not wear no fez.
They sure did.
You said they wore fez. They didn't wear no fez.
Can I address that?
Address that, brother.
Once again, in English and in modern time, we're calling...
And I came up under the Nation of Gods and Earths too, so I want to let you know that.
All right, that's
but,
peace.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. In this modern day and time, we're calling affairs, but like I told the brother, you could go to Easter Island and see a red block on their head. They may have called it another name, but here right now in this modern time, we're calling it Fez or Al-Fa'az. If you want me to say Al-Fa'az, ancient Arabic, we could do that. But we wore many different crowns. When you graduate, you went to elementary school, right?
Did we wear them in ancient Egypt?
Of course we did.
No, we did.
But it was different variations.
No, we didn't.
Okay, let me
Can
finish
you
what I was
show
saying.
me that?
Let me finish what I was saying.
Can you show me that on the right?
Let me finish what I was saying. You went to elementary school, right?
Yes, sir.
You went to high school. Okay, when you wear a cap and gown, the cap that you're wearing is a fez. Doesn't it have a tassel on there? Isn't the square a motherboard?
The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
I just don't understand.
Man, listen, man. Like I say, man, when you getting off in the cultures, man, you got to break down the culture, man.
Right.
You can't just point to and say that's no fez. That's not the Africans never wore fez, and the one crown that they want to claim. You got to understand, only the Sultan ever wore a crown. So you can't go. I can show you, man. Come on, man. I can show you 100,000 photos of ancient Kemet. The only person that you are ever gonna see wearing a crown is a Sultan or a god, a Netaru. That's it. The average cat never wore those crowns. So the one little crown, which was not a fez, because they want to show you one a Khufu, where they had broken the whole top of the crown off, so all you seen was what would look like a fez.
Right.
But they don't show you, and then they don't show you how it's connected to the whole head.
Right.
It don't sit on the top
Around
of your
the
head.
ears,
It come around the ears and it come all the way down the nape. Okay, red don't belong to them. So if somebody paint a hat red, it's got to be a fez.
Is the fez red because the fez fell in some paint? Was it originally red when you first had the fez? Was it always red?
I heard that story that you mentioned.
See,
about
I heard that's
there
on
being a Moor, whether male or female. Because I heard two stories. One story that it was a man, one story that it was a woman, and it was in like a den or a dungeon, and they wouldn't answer any questions or they wouldn't comply, and something happened about them getting attacked, and then the white fez fell into the pool of blood.
Right.
That's how it became red.
Right. That's what I'm asking.
That's one story I myself can't confirm, but I do know the story. However, we wore many different crowns. I'm calling it a fez. It may not have been called a fez back then, but the crown were many different colors. This color, though, red, maroon, or crimson, shows you that basically you yourself is a master of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Once again, while your tassel swinging 360 degrees, and also shows you that the level that you are on. So the fez, as we're calling it now in modern time, right now it may be red, but you may see a black one. Once again, showing that the Moors are not against black. Because
so what
Moors
is the
wear
original
black
color
feathers.
of the fez, brother?
Excuse me?
What is the original color?
I have no idea, brother.
What do the fez represent?
The fez, there you go. That's a good question.
Okay.
That's what we should be arguing instead of showing pictures of these impersonators wearing our fez.
No, man.
Let me answer the question. Can I answer the question?
Answer the question.
Hurry up so I can get on that now. Don't let that go now.
All right, the fez itself, if you break down the fez, there's a top part and there's a bottom part. This representing astrological information of 360 degrees above, 360 degrees below. If you look at this, this is the belly button. Because the universal birthmark of the human family that shows that we all come from a mother is the belly button. Then you have the umbilical cord. Then you have this, which is representing the sun, moon, or a star orbiting around the universe. This tassel represents the 360 degrees and rays of information. The height of the fez represents something. This is your capstone. The reason why brothers wear caps in the hood and don't know where it comes from. There's a top of the cap, but nobody asks why that top piece is there. It doesn't belong on the cap. It's because this tassel is supposed to be there.
Okay, you beat my fez up, bro.
Sorry. It's because the tassel is supposed to be there.
And actually,
so we're not paying attention. This is an ancient crown representing mental, physical, spiritual science that you are a master that impersonators have stolen.
Hey, all I'm going to tell you is this, and the brother asked what we should do as far as what's going on. Listen, this is a war that it was before me. You know, this is my day and time, and it was handed down to me. You understand what I'm saying? And we just getting along. That ain't going to work. You can forget about that. It's some stark differences between us. I'm African-centered, meaning Africa is my center. Now with Pan-Africanism, what Dr. Clark was trying to say, we all originate from Africa. And Pan meaning abroad, meaning if you're in Haiti, we know you're African. We're going to work with you. We're going to work with our African brothers in India. We're going to work with our brothers here in America.
Pan-African, global African, bullshit is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
But I heard one cat, A.A. Rashid, say, fuck all that Pan-African nationalism. I mean, ain't no way you handle it.
Brother.
Because he got your hat on.
That's right.
Don't come get on me when I slay him. You understand what I'm saying for saying that? Now, I didn't never say, I don't want to disrespect Queen House. All Moorism, because I want to leave the door where if a brother want to work with me, he could come through the door. I'm not going to close all doors. You my brother, I'm going to leave a door, but I ain't going to leave it open for long. I'm going to leave the door open. But he came out, and that is as disrespectful to our movement as anything you have ever heard me say. So you need to deal with him.
And the reason why a lot of people came at you is because of you disrespecting Noble Drew Ali.
It was a response to what I had already heard.
We said that. Now,
okay.
It was a response to what you heard. But Noble Drew Ali had nothing to do with that. Did he?
Listen, you his follower.
All right.
You his follower. If it come out of your mouth, I'm not going to go double back on everything that everybody said. If he say Leroy sent me and Leroy told you to say that, then nigga F you and Leroy.
Did Noble Drew Ali send?
I'm not going back off into that. I said it, I meant it, and I'll say it again if I have to. I don't want to because I'm in this Queen's house. But I meant it, I said it, and I said it in response. Because listen here, my uncle was a Moor. Okay. My uncle was a Moor, and it hurt me. And he never came because he had Marcus Garvey. He had the red, black, and green. He respected the Nation of Islam. He went to Mecca, did his thing. Even though I wasn't a Muslim, I loved him and I respected him. And he was buried with a black fade. But I never, ever heard him say the things that y'all say.
Okay, brother.
At all.
Hold on. You said y'all. When you judge all Christians for what some Christians do?
Man, listen here, man.
Answer my question.
It's coming to the point where...
Do you or don't you?
It's coming to the point... Now, listen. I hear what you're trying to say, but it's coming to the point.
Could you answer
I left the door open.
I asked you a question.
It's a time... Wait a minute.
I asked you a question. Answer my question.
Not today, 2009, I'm judging them all the time.
So you'll judge all Africans?
You know what? You know why? You know why I'm doing this in 2009? Because it's like the hourglass. As the sand sink, if it's up, I might talk with you. But as it's creeping down, and I'm telling you this,
but you building with me
as it's creeping down, and it's down, baby, it's like 2 grains left. You think I'm gonna sit here and debate? Ain't gonna be no more. What I'm for, and I'm gonna say it on tape, I'm for armed revolt.
Well, because we can sit with each other instead of with the European. You're not doing that, brother. I said what you.
What you gonna revolt for?
Listen,
what is your premise, though? What is you fighting for? Is you fighting for what I'm fighting for?
Yes,
you fighting for Africa?
I asked you.
Will you fight brothers? Will you fight for Africa?
They're my brothers. You damn right I would. Let me share something with you, brother.
You sure you ain't my mans who was sent by my mans? You wasn't sent by my mans to come and sit amongst me.
Let me tell you, you obviously don't know who I am.
Because you got that man hat on.
You obviously don't know who I am.
Listen, Sonetta.
Yeah, let me get to that right quick.
You know, this world, I was born into this world. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me ask that question again. I want to make sure my camera was on. Because we just blinked off. The question I have for you, when the brother asks you a question in the street is, how long are we going to keep on blaming the white man? And I see the Moorish brothers say, oh man, that's a good question. Because I think you support that question too.
How
long are we going to keep on blaming the so-called white man?
Okay, because I don't say white
man. Do you support that question too?
When he's finished, then we'll answer.
Go ahead, brother.
Listen, I don't fault the white man for us not doing nothing about our condition.
That's right.
But as long, because I can go to the point before the cracker put his hands on us, we was doing all right. Until the cracker put his hands on us, we was doing all right. We didn't have no sisters without no husbands. We didn't have no brothers running from the home, not being a father. We didn't have communities where we throw away our elders, just like Dr. Bean. He's now in a old home, old folks' home. And he's one of our greatest scholars of this century. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't blame the white man for us not doing anything about it, but I blame him because we were not in this condition before he put his hands on us. So what it comes down to, it ain't about law. The brothers hanging from them ropes. Why are they hanging from them ropes? Because they don't know law? They hanging from them ropes because the white man is a beast. He's a beast, and I got some photos in here that I can go in and show you his nature. If I show you first, before we even entertain whether we can work together, we got to understand what is your nature, what is mine. What is the white man's nature? What is the black man's nature?
See, you keep missing. I'm asking you, what can we do then? Do you go to war right now, walk out the door and go to war?
See,
Sabir, let me ask you this.
What is the solution?
Do you see the white man? Do you see the white man, Sabir, as your brother?
No, I don't use him as a stumbling block. You saying as my brother. I don't judge a brother because of the color of his skin. Number one, I judge him on their conduct. Period.
Sabir,
brother,
the question I'm asking, because I answered it before and you just came out and said yes.
And I answered. So now, I'm answering your question.
Do you see? So how can me and you fight together when you see this beast as your brother?
Let me share something with you, bro. You got majority. You just told me we ain't gonna go there with that one, but we have brothers on the police department. We have brothers in certain positions that is treating our people like crap. Right now,
brother,
don't
straddle the fucking fence,
I'm not straddling the
I'm
fence,
asking you this. Do you see the white man as your brother? Yes or no?
I judge him on his conduct.
Oh no!
Come on, man.
Judge everybody on their conduct. Everybody.
Let me go.
You don't know his conduct after 6,000 damn years.
Listen, brother. I was shot 5 times. The damn show wasn't from a European. It was from 2 brothers. All right.
We understand.
Morris Brooklyn. Do you see the white man as your brother?
He's not our damn brother.
Okay, here you go.
Now, smart thing.
Now, that proves my point from the last question I had. If I was to get 6 Moorish brothers and sit them in a room from different states and ask them a question, hold up, and ask them a question, you will all be in here debating one another.
You know what?
On what is right and which one is wrong.
I answer your question the way you wanted me to, but I said I don't use him as a stumbling block. No, I watch everybody, not just the European, bro. When I say that, I'm talking about all of us. This brother just said he made some comments about a gate and a door and talking about people being around him. Brother, this is, I mean, what are we solving here? Are we talking about going out here right? Hold on, bro. We ain't gonna go there. I'm talking about right now. Are we going out here right now? Are we going to LA right now for this brother that just got shot down? Are we just running our mouths, brother? Come on, be for real.
That's my uncle. So you know I don't never lie.
Brother, he got that on right there.
Okay then.
Isn't that the same?
Okay, but I never heard him say the things you say. So when your brother say he tell you
correct this brother.
Okay, you see
never
that black fan?
Hold up. You never heard me say that with you. You never heard me separate. I talk.
Do y'all put that straw on y'all fans like that?
Let me clear something up with you. I'm very close with Pan Africa, with the Pan African movement. I'm very close with the 5%ers, brother. So don't go there.
I want you to be close right here. You in.
Brother, I'm here with this brother. This brother can bear witness
right here. You can't be straddling the fence.
Brother, I don't straddle this brother.
On both sides while you're in, brother.
Shakim, would you please share this information with them? Because this brother came out of the gods of the earth. Or it's still in there.
Okay.
So, brother, I don't cause no separation. When I spoke with him on the phone, I told him the same thing. I don't get in front of a camera and say something different. Because everything that I'm saying, that's why he said don't bring up what we talked about on the phone. Alright? So I don't go in one spot and say something different and come in front of everybody and say something totally different. That ain't my MO.
No, that ain't what I'm saying.
That's why I asked the question.
That's what I'm saying, but that's slight because if I'm talking to you as a brother, I might lower my guard. I might talk with you in a comfortable setting. And we might rap, because this from my ear to your ear. That's how brothers do.
Right.
We get our lives took for saying things.
That's what I told you.
So I don't even bring nothing up. You understand what I'm saying? When I speak with you, we in the community now.
Right.
And I gotta speak for the community.
And I agree with you. And
you understand what I'm saying?
The community got to also know this, because I said if you watch the history of Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and Khalid Muhammad and all that, we cannot allow and keep on allowing this same thing to keep happening. We cannot, because don't think that it was just our people looking at this, brother. Don't get it twisted. Because I told you on the phone that they can come to you, they can come to me. And they can persuade you.
I know there's going to be a whole lot of people watching it, but they're going to say that nigga over there with that green on, I'm scared to see that nigga. Because if he get the right type of situation, he might do something to me. I know, man, listen, I got them crackers putting on, if you see what my uncle told me to save it. You see that one white boy made that video, got that Nazi music in the back? See, they scared. Because we talking the real. If you want to integrate, see, the Moors are integrationalists because they use his law. They don't want to take the white man titty
It's the truth,
out of their
brother.
mouth.
It's the truth, brother.
That's integrationalism, man. That's integrationalism.
Let me share something with you. And if you want to go there, we can go there what we said on the phone. Don't keep saying me, brother. Don't say me or all of us are
Leave the
same.
Man,
phone
go on, say what you
conversation
gonna
out.
say,
Don't
man.
say
Go on, say
everybody.
whatever you
When
need to
I ask
say.
you questions about certain things. Even anybody can go see that clip when I told you about why did you calm your tone inside city council meetings. Why did you not come at them the way you come at us? The way you, the hardness that you
I
have
didn't
with us.
see that. I didn't get that.
Anybody can go to YouTube.
No, I seen it, but I didn't see him calm his tone. I see him going in there as a diplomat, a strategist.
Okay, so what I'm saying, the only thing that we do, the same thing, strategists. You got to be strategized everything, not coming in ignorant, brother, but coming in intelligent.
Can you take
Think this is European.
Can you take some?
Don't take this European.
Some real strong photo on this. Can you take it?
Yes,
Don't
we
think
need
this
to give it.
This is European.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna show you a white man. You see that? You see that white boy? That's a dog there. Now, I ain't gotta show no more. That's his nature. Don't take nowhere. Don't try to separate. Don't try to separate one from the other.
That's right.
That's his nature. That's why he do our people the way. So if he could go on here and say it's not about color.
No, who? Bro,
Marcus Garvey said, right? What you say?
I never said about
You
color,
said it's
brother.
about character.
I never said that. I said I judge everybody on their conduct.
Irrelevant of their nature, right?
Conduct.
You ain't gonna win like irrelevant of their nature.
Hold up, brother. Hold up. Are you talking about the way they live their lives? Are you talking about the way we treat each other? Which one are you?
How can you deal with a man that got it in his nature to do this?
About you dealing with him when you get on that damn plane. I just asked you that. We ain't gonna.
I don't promote it.
But brother,
you promoting it. You promoting this law.
How am I promoting this law?
The man that wrote the black man's law, that law book. That's that man right there.
Okay, so you telling me
that's the man that got homosexuality marriages on the books too. So you gonna go in? You respect that too?
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh well, if you can pick and choose his law.
Brother.
See, you want to pick and choose what you want to deal with.
I just asked you a simple question. I'm pretty sure everybody see this, but because you're dealing with their law every day.
Well, y'all seen that cracker, man. That's his nature.
You're dealing with their
law.
Don't let
nobody fool you. That's his nature, and that's why they do our people the way that they do.
Okay, can we move on to see what's the solutions to the problem?
Peace. All right, excuse me. I got a call here. I got Brother Big Man on the phone. Big Man is familiar with Brother Cyrus Suit and Seti, and I got Brother Sabir Bay, and I got Brother Moorish Brooklyn Intelligence. Brother Big Man. Say peace to the brothers.
Peace, my brother. Peace, elder. Peace.
Peace.
All right, Brother Seti.
Yes, sir.
I saw one of your tapes, brother. It's like the atomic bomb.
Brother, I did it for the people.
I felt the power all the way down here in South Carolina.
I appreciate you, my brother. I couldn't do it without your energy.
All right. Now tell me this.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether Brother Sinetta brought this question up yet, but I wanted to know what part did the Moors play in the controlling of the slave ships coming across the Atlantic Ocean?
All my research, brother, that what I got from Dr. Clark, even if you get the Moors after Spain. They were what you want to, if you want to call them pirates. I don't want to use that name. That's what the white man called them. But there's no way for them to claim that they were on those oceans dominating the way that they say they were and not have known about the Atlantic. They were the one floating the boats. If you go back to Christopher Columbus, the guy that captained who was the navigator of his lead ship, was a Moor. Nino Alonso, whatever the brother name was.
They also called him an African.
He was a Moor.
They called him an African.
He was a Moor. Okay, now you want to play the word game.
I know.
You playing the word game.
Save that, man. Save that. If you
He's a Moor.
And you want to get on the phone and call people, I can get on the phone right now.
Brother Big Man.
Don't try to hang up with him now,
Do you have a question for the Moor brother? Brother Sabir.
I have a question for, it's two Moors there?
Yeah, it's two Moors here. See, relax. You're going to get a... Come on.
I have a question. Are they familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Very familiar.
Okay. Now, I have a copy of the Bill of Rights in my hand, and First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise of or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right of the peaceful people to peacefully assembly. Now, when you run down this whole Bill of Rights, if you're familiar with it, do you really believe that these laws are really for the original man? Do the original man really experience these laws as far as the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, and as we go down the line?
Brother, now this is Sabir Bay. They don't acknowledge anything, nothing. It's the people who has to be informed and actually start enforcing this. They don't acknowledge anything until you start getting to the higher courts. We cannot look at these, not until you get into the higher court and us come as a nation of people. Majority of our people can sit back, deal with all these bills, all these properties,
Hello?
Go ahead, there.
Yeah, you there?
We can deal with everything else, taxes and everything else, but we say we don't deal with the white man's law, the so-called white man's law. But yet we dealing with it 24/7 because we're not being taught the laws. We're getting away from it. If you want to deal with the laws of Mayat, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Okay, that was projected to the Moorish brothers. I wanted to know whether they believe in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and all that.
Yeah, that's Sabir Bay speaking right now. Somebody call.
Okay. Now, when you say you take the white man to court and you go by his law, all the laws and all the treaties that the white man has ever put into effect, he's broken them all. The Native American white man made one promise that he kept. He promised that he was going to take our land, and he did.
Did you finish?
Good.
Now, every treaty was violated except the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Every treaty was violated because nobody's teaching our people law, nobody's teaching our people international law, nor are they teaching on treaties. Again, if we don't come together as a unit, as a body of people, not this fragmented crap that is going on, we're not going to get anywhere.
Sabir, can I ask you a question? This is a serious question. If you acknowledge that it was the slave trade, how could you sign a treaty with a beast? You go down the side of the spot and see them posters and them brothers and hanging and lynched. And how can you sign a treaty with a beast?
Brother, we
doing that to our brothers.
We weren't there. You got cats signing stuff right now with our people. You don't get it. Right now, you have mayors, governors, presidents signing things right now. So what is the difference between what happened then and what is happening now?
Well, why you promote his law?
Wait a minute, brother. Because we deal with law every day. I said to you, when you got on the plane, brother, they asked you for credentials. From where? This is all I'm asking you. It's like, this is simple, but he's he's avoiding it.
I understand I'm in prison. I understand I'm in prison.
Okay, though. We understand that too.
I understand that.
Then know the game. Know his game. Know his game and expose the game. Expose him. Just educate your people. How many of our people get caught up in this tax crap? How many of our people don't understand the driver's issue? How many of our people get caught up in this every day? And how to deal with it and how you get out of it? This is what we must teach our people, man. Because we deal with it 24/7.
It seems like you want to work within the system. You don't want to topple the pecking order.
But until you create the system.
But if you don't start working on it, what is you working on?
We are.
How you going to do it, man?
Tell me what you doing. We got one.
No, you ain't gonna get me on camera to see you.
See?
Man,
You don't want to get on camera.
Might be, man. I believe Ali Muhammad might have sent you on up here, man. I was trying to work with you, man.
Answer your question about the treaty, though. about the treaty, right? We sign treaties with ourselves, and we also sign it with them. Once again, we don't know why our ancestors did that. They were Africans signing treaties with the Europeans.
They was traders. I
know
the
natives
word
signing
forward,
treaties
man. They
with
was
the
traders.
Europeans. There was natives. Everybody around the planet was signing treaties with them. But some of the treaties were being signed so that we wouldn't go and have beef with them anymore.
Why not? Our people is in chains and shackles, and you signing treaties with them, brother. What part do you don't understand?
Ain't no treaty to be signed.
The thing that you guys don't understand is the bigger picture and the complete picture.
Hold up. Are you telling me this?
Of war.
No, listen to me, brother, for a minute.
Prisoners of war.
You got me. You got my babies, you got my families shackled in the goddamn slave ship, and I'm looking up at you. and you signing treaties with the white man, and you go about your goddamn business, leaving my babies to be slaughtered.
Right.
So what is you talking about? You don't see what the picture, the bigger picture here. You don't see yourself as a traitor, as a snake.
Who's a you?
I'm talking about the Moors. You don't see them as a snake, as a traitor, as a low life.
Not all Moors was doing that. They have books that shows you that there were dark people who were slave masters that was exchanging pale slaves for dark slaves and setting them free. What about that?
Let's move on. Here's a question I have for you. I ain't even get to the Moorish questions 101 yet. I'm getting ready to get to that in a minute.
No problem.
All right. I have this question for Sabir, but he ain't here. I want to ask him too. Moorish American. You say Africa was named after a white man, Africanus, but wasn't America named after a white man?
Who said it?
I mean, Amerigo Vespucci. So you call yourself Moorish American.
Okay.
Now, then again, you are calling yourself a name that the white man put on you. Why would you call yourself Moorish American and not African?
Can I
Answer the question, brother.
All right. Well, I don't know who said that Africa was named after a white man. If you research Africa, it will go in 3 directions. One would be Leo Africanus, the other one would be Scipio Africanus, and the third one would be Africa, which is in a description of the original man.
Right.
Body, light, and the darkness where he came from. However, if you research that, Africa itself, only when when Scipio Africanus defeated those pale-skinned people and mulatto people that was there, only the top region of that continent was called Africa, not the whole thing. The next thing with Moorish American, the Europeans never called us Moorish American. They can't call us that because that title is older than the European. Moorish American just means a Moor within North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean islands. A Moor living within the Americas. That's all Moorish American mean. The European never gave us Moor.
Well, Noble Ali said the reason why you call yourself Moorish American because you was born in America.
Right.
Well, Malcolm X say just because a kitten had babies in the oven doesn't make them goddamn biscuits.
Okay.
If my mother took a trip over to China and accidentally had me while she was doing her business trip in China, and I'm born in China, does that make me a Chinese?
That's right.
Because I was born in China?
That's right.
When you say you
It doesn't matter where you're born at, brother. We're talking about your root. Where does your root come from? You hate to say Africa.
You're not understanding.
Do your root come from Africa?
I'm not saying this.
Are you an African?
Brother, if you read...
Are you an African?
You're asking me a question with...
Do your bloodline go all the way back to Africa, brother? See, you can't even say it, man.
Can I answer?
Yes or no?
Can I answer?
Yes or no?
It's not a yes or no question.
Yes,
Can I
it is.
answer the question?
Go ahead, brother.
Can I answer the
Yes,
question?
go ahead.
Okay, once again, the Moors deal with Africa. In the Circle 7 Quran, it says that the Moors are from
I'm
North,
not asking you, do they
Western, and
deal with
Southwestern
Africa? That's not the question. I'm asking you, are you an African? Do your bloodline trace back to Africa, to the motherland, to the Holy Land?
The dispute will be, what is the motherland and where was the motherland? That would be the dispute.
And you gonna ask me what the problem is? You can't see?
You see?
Hold on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
If we are saying that North America and South America is Northwestern, Southwestern Africa, what is the problem?
Here's the question. Let me get to him too. Here's the question. Some say that Africa was named after a white man, Africanus.
I heard that.
Okay, wasn't America named after a white man?
Was it?
I'm asking you.
Not that I know of. No. Now I can show you maps how this was Northwest Africa. Now, if anybody, like you say, you do.
So Amerigo Vespucci, that's not true.
Hold up,
that's
bro.
not true.
Brother, that's not true.
Okay.
I did research in the Free Library in Philadelphia, up in the map department.
Okay.
And what happened, I took it to somebody who spoke fluent Arabic and Sanskrit. And the first map, anybody can research this, is written by a guy named Idrisi. When you read that map and see that map, Idrisi, and then you will see how this was Northwest Africa, sitting right here. It was all connected at one time. So this research can be done, and it's brother, don't shake
If
your
it was
head.
all
Brother, don't
connected
shake
at
your
one
head
time, why is no lions over here?
Wait a minute.
Why is no elephants over
brother,
here?
You telling
Why
me,
no giraffes over here?
brother? That's the same thing.
That's right.
It's a cultural area.
What happened to that?
Hold up, brother. Hold up. If we were moving from one climate to the other.
Okay.
You had people that was in the Caribbean. They moved from the Caribbean, let's say from certain parts up to North America, back down to South America. We always were travelers. We were always navigators. I heard a mention of something about navigating when I was out of here. That's all more meant basically me navigator.
Man, the Egyptians got the oldest boats, man. You
That's
go
right.
Fufu boat.
Brother, we not.
Man, my man, the white boy did the Rye expedition.
But brother,
took the brothers up out of Zimbabwe. They built the same reed boat that the ancient Egyptians had, and they floated. When you break down the Olmec civilization, and I've been working on it, man, listen here. You can't talk to me. Because I see so much that's just evident that it came out of the Nile. It's ridiculous for you to even argue it.
Brother, why are you still making the separation between the Egyptians and the Moors? I just showed you some stuff.
Because I'm dealing just like my mother. See, my mother came before me. She created me. I didn't create her. I'm going back to numbers.
That's right.
Because this is chronology.
What I'm saying
like Dr. B ain't got
now,
this chronology of the Bible.
Brother,
so you got dates in here. And you got right here. 570 A.D.
And
birth of Prophet Muhammad. He wasn't before Jesus, even though I don't believe in Jesus, but according to chronology, Jesus came around, 1 A.D. I'm not going to, but chronology speak that Jesus came before Muhammad. This is what I'm saying. You trying to blur the lines so you can sneak in.
Brother.
You trying to sneak in, but if you go based on chronology, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can show you wasn't in the picture, brother.
Where was chronology?
Moors was not in the pictures, brother.
Where was chronology coming from?
What you mean, where is it coming from?
What does it mean?
Listen, the ancient Egypt, you want me to show you the calendar?
I asked you, don't show me. I asked you what
I'm dealing with a 365-day calendar.
What does it mean?
It means my mother came before me. That's what it means.
I thought it means to study up.
Chronology means, but see, you want, I'm keeping this, make it plain.
Come on, man. That's plain.
Make it plain.
That was plain right there.
Make it plain.
Man,
that was plain right there.
Make it plain.
That was plain.
For the babies out there, chronology means
study up.
My mother came before me.
Oh my gosh.
Her mother came before her. That's what it means. And you keep it in that order. You understand what I mean? What I'm saying is Egypt can exist without the Moors. But the Moors can't exist without Egypt.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let's go here then. If that be the case.
Which it is.
Hold up, bro.
Which it is.
I just said with you. If that be the case, if they perceive that they can exist without the Moors, then okay, we're Africans then. The Moors are Africans. The Moors are Africans.
Well, then they would acknowledge their history.
So you saying that we don't acknowledge
our history? Let me be clear about it.
Brother, you saying we don't acknowledge our history?
The historical Moor in Spain was an Orthodox Muslim.
We're not going.
Let's be clear about that.
About
you see the Quran writings all over their mosque and whatnot. So they were not teaching what you're teaching.
Brother, but what I'm sharing with you, if I go to...
So I don't believe the historical Moor was saying he came from North America.
Do more research than
no, it ain't. I ain't got to look for it because you can see the writings of the
So, Brother Sabir, will the historical Moors say they came from North America?
Yes, they would.
In Spain.
Hold up. Hold on, let me give you this whole history on it, first of all.
All right, go ahead, brother.
When you have Moors that was in North Africa who traveled to Andalus, which you can swim there, just like you can swim from Jersey to Philadelphia. That's the distance that you have. So what makes you think that we didn't travel to those places? And after they came in and we were fighting, we left one part to come back over here with our brothers. Because now you're separating our people again.
What makes you an American, brother?
The Africans. Because my mother was born here, my great-grandmother was born, my great-great-grandmother was born here.
Now, does that make sense to you? Because you was born here.
Brother.
I asked this brother a question. If my mother was to go to Korea or to China,
hold on.
Listen, man,
let me finish, brother.
And have me over there in China.
That don't make you Chinese.
Because I was born
I
there.
agree with that part.
All right, but you just said you're American because you was born here.
Let me finish this thing, bro.
Go ahead, finish.
My family are Cherokee Moors. My family are Cherokee or not Ananuawiat, if you want to go to the indigenous name piece. All right? I've sat with my grandmother 106 years old.
Are you a slave?
Or she's trying to say, I'm not a European.
Are you a slave?
I'm not a European, brother. I just told you what that word slave means, brother. Slave means Slavic. If you don't have to agree with the definition of what Webster say about it, that's on you. That's your business.
Was your ancestors dragged in chains?
My family was indentured service, but I talked to my grandmother, and I just told you she passed in 2004. 106 years old.
Does your bloodline run back to Africa?
But maybe it do.
Maybe.
It could go back there, because if that's the case, we all do.
Where's the first man
brother,
created?
if that be the case, that would be Europeans then too, wouldn't it?
No.
Oh, Come on.
They come out of the caves and hills of Europe.
Where did Europe at?
They was produced. They was created through science.
Where is the?
They was created through science, brother.
Brother, hold up, brother. Hold up.
Come on, man. They was created through science. The God here can tell you that. I know you can tell us that.
We know this, brother, but you're talking about persons, where did they come from, and in disagreement with them.
We was always here.
We not in disagreement with that, brother. The same science he got in the 5%, I got it too. We ain't in disagreement with none of this stuff here.
So can you trace your family history back to Africa?
I can trace mine.
Which makes you an African.
Brother, I just told you how far I can go back with my grandmother, which my elder set with me. My grandmother was 106. I'm just sharing with you.
So I just want to bring this out. They quick to use that white man law, but they won't use the science.
Brother, it's called.
And the fact is, man, the fact is that as far as human beings being on this planet, that when it comes, it ain't even a debate no more.
Right.
The evidence is so overwhelming. Again, when you look at the pyramid, it means that they had to been dealing with that science much longer than anybody else, which enabled them to create such a massive and shocking monument as the Great Pyramid of Khufu. That alone shows you that Africa was there much longer than anybody else. But let me bring this out to Marcus Garvey. Let me read this.
You're not disagreeing with that,
but you trying to make a child equal with his mother. That's what I have a problem with.
Brother, I'm not
Mayan, Olmec, even though I said Olmec is African.
I said African.
Can I read Marcus Garvey, since they said where Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey said on page 57 of the Philosophy and Opinions, some of us believe that this slave race of ours will live in the United States of America and in the future again become lawmakers for the white race or our slave masters of 60 years ago. Nothing of the kind has happened in all human history. There is not one instance where a slave race living in the same country within the same bounds as the race of masters that enslaved them and being in numbers less than the race of masters has ever yet ruled and governed the masters. It has never been so in history, and it will never be so in the future. This is right out of Marcus Garvey. Nigga, don't tell me about no paragraph up under your bed you left home over a Lucky Leroy house or something, man. Come, this is his work.
Brother.
Why would you come and usurp this man's work with some information you can't even bring to the people?
Brother, let me tell you something.
This is his works, man.
And any more that may be looking at this
is his works.
And any more that may be looking at this.
Marcus Garvey said it, said he didn't say it. I just repeated it.
Now, any more that may be looking at this DVD, they can go directly to Temple number 11 on the wall, and if I can get that copy when I get back in Detroit, I will bring it to you and show you what Noble Drew Ali visited him. Brother,
Philosophy and Opinion, I will not believe that Marcus Garvey would say something to that magnitude.